time, yeah, we on the way. Whole team know the mission. Gotta focus all senses. Gassed up, no omission. Eyes on the vision, gotta handle business. 100 yards on a play. Big dubs on the way. Two play, it'll be played. Get up out my face, we are not the same. And down in the city, I'm back on the base. Gotta get to it, no pain is safe. Running the game, they running away. They running their mouth, you know they are fake. Pick a side, okay. Is you on for the ride? Okay. New kid on the block, next up, blessed up on the rise. New kid on the block, next up, blessed up on the rise. We on the way. We on the way. We on the way. We on the way. It's game time, yeah. We on the way.
This is the blueprint, I lay it out like a map for you, no cap for you. Better take notes, this facts for you, real rap for you. Catch me in action, seatbelt fast. And can you imagine, tell of a dragon. You'll never get it or get anywhere without all of the passion. Put in the work, multiply that, straight from the dirt, straight out the mud. Catching a buzz now, this a high with no come down. Tune in for the rundown, yeah.
Ooh, if you want a problem, then come find me. Come find me. Come find me. If you want the work, then come find me. Come find me. Come find me. This might be the moment to blow up and take my throne. Chills down, all down my spine, feel it through my bones. Moment to blow up and take my throne. Might be the moment to blow up and take my throne.
Don't chase what you can't handle, type to dismantle what's in the way. I gotta chill, but keeping it real, I'm always hungry, hunting for a plate. Refills ain't coming too easy, be still so the ops don't see me. Trust and believe me, I'm about to take what's mine. Typical selfish and greedy,
If you want a problem, then come find me. Come find me. Come find me. If you want the work, then come find me. Come find me. Come find me. Come find me. This might be the moment to blow up and take my throne. Chills down, all down my spine, feel it through my bones. This might be the moment to blow up and take my throne. Might be the moment to blow up and take my throne.
flow 한번 지켜봐봐 우리의 glow No stopping now we on this ride We unstoppable side by side ay, ay. 기다림 끝났어 내 안에 힘을 모두가 놀라 We're moving fast we're burning up No doubt in my mind 모두가 봐 we're just getting started 흔들리지 않아 Oh 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 세상 위로 날아 I'm on my way 모두가 놀라 we're taking over Hey 지금 이 순간 우린 on way This is my way 이제 멈추지 않아 no retreat Oh 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 I'm on my way 영원히가 불가능한 역사 Hey 시간은 내 편 make it look good This is my way 이제 나를 믿어봐 no defeat Oh 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 That's all I know That's all I know
Hey, I'm going out a legend. When you hear my name, you gon' respect it, cause I did it every time that I said it. Boy, I'm going out a legend. I've been working 24/7. They ain't give me nothing easy, so I had to go and get it. I'm a legend. They gon' try to act like we ain't had it. They can't overlook the way we made it happen, so I'm going out a legend. That's why I'm going out a legend. Yeah, I'm going out a legend.
Hey yo, homie, if I don't get a blue face bill, I never kick it like a Luke Kane hill. I'ma grind, no matter the repertoire, it's a true great skill. Never mattered, homie, you hate still, but I'm a legend, I'm not running from nothing. I'm locked, loaded, and dumping. I cooked up in the private, then I showed it in public, huh? You see me rocking and not double the budget, huh? Winning the topic, I stopped, we hit the summit, huh? Yeah. Get a ring in, do it again. Win the team, man, shoot in the gym. Billie Jean to the coupe in the Benz. I'm a 1, 2, 3, and a 10. All slots, man, all stops, man. I ain't giving up nothing to them. Y'all tuck it in, man.
Hey, I'm going out a legend. When you hear my name, you gon' respect it, cause I did it every time that I said it. Boy, I'm going out a legend. I've been working 24/7. They ain't give me nothing easy, so I had to go and get it. I'm a legend. They gon' try to act like we ain't had it. They can't overlook the way we made it happen, so I'm going out a legend. That's why I'm going out a legend. Yeah, I'm going out a legend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let me talk to my yo. Legends carry homies, legends that's be holy. Legends carry trophies like Steph and Larry Kobe. Legends master police, fanbit legends pass the proceeds. Trenches, gas and rollies, vengeance, batches, blasting brokey. Never send me OP fam, I sent them cats below me. Now I pray to Jesus out the trap, I'm out my soul free. Legends prowling proceeds, legends pound the goat breed. Legends ask for souls lead in the trenches, got the smoky. I'm in with gas for dope bleed. In the trap they clap the cold streets. Legendary status, flow be everlasting, rapping black and catch me snapping.
Hey, I'm going out a legend. When you hear my name, you gon' respect it, cause I did it every time that I said it. Boy, I'm going out a legend. I've been working 24/7. They ain't give me nothing easy, so I had to go and get it. I'm a legend. They gon' try to act like we ain't had it. They can't overlook the way we made it happen, so I'm going out a legend. That's why I'm going out a legend. Yeah, I'm going out a legend.
그 유치한 bluff 데이진 내 runway 날 보는 눈빛 on sway 너의 끝까지 따라올래 벌써 far away 본능적인 all in start getting bright 영원히 피는 불 burning high 멈추지 않아 feel my fire 눈부신 빛 is my time 눈에 담긴 my own way 빛나는 길로 달려갈래 feel the breeze calling me set me free let it be 더 크게 외쳐 이 순간 my choice you know now right this is my voice oh oh zooming boom boom step aside quick quick all eyes on me crown skills and loyalty oh 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 we take the stage turn it up 내 세계를 봐 날아올라 fly high 우린 끝을 몰라 길을 만들어 ain't no lie 매 순간 또 저는 never retreat like it's my beat keep my focus sharp 멈추지 마 repeat 높이 날아 my sky is the start my rhythm is fire it's the piece of art 네가 넘볼 수 없는 flow masterpiece of art keep it raw 내 이름 history raw 멈추지 않아 feel my fire 눈부신 빛 is my time 눈에 담긴 my own way 빛나는 길로 달려갈래 feel the breeze calling me set me free let it be 더 크게 외쳐 이 순간 my choice you know now right this is my voice oh oh zooming boom boom step aside quick quick all eyes on me crown skills and loyalty oh 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 we take the stage oh 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 zooming boom boom step aside quick quick all eyes on me crown skills and loyalty oh 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 we take the stage I stood my ground and it's no surprise that you folded. You thought you had control, but you realized you couldn't hold it. I offered peace, you wanted a problem, and now you've got one. Power looks good to the eyes when you have none. Are you ready? Are you willing? Make a stand, make a killing.
darkness can never
set a course for the great unknown. Say goodbye to this worldly home. You called us fools bound for the grave, but we will never bow to the throne. So turn your eyes to the open sea, a voice that howls and calls for me. Where horizon reaches its end, that's where we will be. That's where we will be. To the end. We will fall to fall. Hear the ancient call. If death will show its face to us, we will rise up and stand tall. Never fear the end. We will break or bend.
Hey, how is it going?
It's going good, man.
All right. Let me just I got a bit of oh whoops, we'll go to this one. I got a bit of I'm using Corey's new OBS skeleton, so just gotta make sure the sounds are
That's good, man.
all coming out correctly. Alright. I have got 2 videos playing. That is my problem.
Oh, if you're looking for a league user, if you want to add Chef in, should be J3RO04 hashtag 6969.
Yeah. I was just letting him know. All right. I think all my volumes are somewhat correct on that.
Yeah.
So just gotta wait for the players to join us.
The players to join, get them to start.
Yeah.
And I was just doing a little bit of a sound testing on the stream, make sure my own mic wasn't a bit too.
Nice. Sounding good so
Sounds
far.
fine. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've got a bit of orchestral music this time in the background,
Yeah.
courtesy of Corey. So we sound a bit more hype.
Big hype.
I don't
That's
know.
what we want. I mean, that's what we're getting into, right?
I mean,
At least it is the grand finals for this team. So
it is actually a
a
hype
big
match.
day.
So like all these players are that's why is it not working?
I mean, it could maybe add me, and then I can just add you in after. That helps.
See.
Mine's simple.
Too many stuff open right now. It's an absolute mess everywhere I look.
Fair. Well, I mean, you try 8820, then hashtag OC. Give that a go. That should get me in. Then I guess I can always swing a invite.
Yeah, we'll get it up. I think maybe.
Get it through anyways.
That's all right. We've got it sorted.
We got it. We're in.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sorry about that if I messed anything up for any of you guys, but it should be good. Still need the draft link.
I was gonna say we need the draft link. Just tying up the little loose pieces.
Yeah, we were
Think
all
forward.
all too busy watching the award
awards.
ceremony, you know, which
Which
is
was honestly
that's-
pretty wild. It was
Yeah.
good.
Very very valid reason.
100%. And then I think I think I saw Owen like type in the chat when we did the Div 1 award, and I think it was like Div 1 lacking and Div 2 players taking their award. But
was
I
pretty
mean,
funny.
you know, he has come into the play soon. Agar did certainly
Yeah.
work very hard for that.
I distinctively remember casting an Agrahar game last season in Div 2 where he did not do too well in the top lane, but
Yeah, right.
yeah, but that's okay. We'll definitely deserve though for sure.
I mean, he played literally a monster of a game. It was just, I guess it had to be called out, and it was like one of the players.
Was there a specific game that was played? Because I actually don't think I can't remember.
It was literally just the one that was played last weekend on.
Okay.
In the semis,
in
yeah,
semis, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
it was legit.
my bad, I probably
literally
should be
had a
watching
solid
the replays.
performance. No, you're fine. I mean, I think he got the he got a 1v1 kill. I think it was a Scion against. Oh crap, who was he versing against? It was just one of those matchups where you just wouldn't expect, you know, a 1-for-1 trade to kind of come off, and he literally pulled it off in flying colors.
Well, no, that's
But no, it was good.
It's definitely really good for him.
100%. But I mean, look, I guess I'm keen to see though, you know, coming into the Feline, you know, the Feline Friends versus the Pedestrians though, because I mean, I think a lot of these players, I mean, I've done a couple of in-houses with a couple of these guys. I think mainly more Cones and I think
Yeah,
I've
but
done
who hasn't
Envy,
played
you know?
in-houses of Cones and Envy?
I was gonna say, you know, like I feel like
Yeah,
Cones
that's
is
a
the
classic.
community guy that everyone knows.
Even
whether
I've
it's,
laned top lane against Cones before.
I was gonna say, like, whether it's you know, a traumatic experience, bless the guy, no, like, it's just always fun. Nah, he's literally a man of the hour. So I'm very keen to see what he kind of is going to bring up into the top lane matchups. Because look, I will say I've mainly seen Fat Cones more in the mid sector. So yeah, I guess I'm just amused to see what will kind of like rotate there coming into the top lane. And I'll be nice to Envy, you know. I won't flame Envy, you know, but he's this Malzahar guy, I swear.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, man. Nah, he'll be switched on, I'm sure. I'm sure he's been, you know, performing. He's been picking up a lot of other mid laners, so we'll see what he really brings in onto the plate for the side of Felines. But Pedestrians though, I guess I'm keen to see, you know, their team matchup as well, because I think a lot of these players, I will say, in the terms of the Div 2 aspect, I'm not overly too well known, but looking at it from like the OP.GG perspectives though, it seems to be a very, you know, varsity amount of champ pools that a lot of these players can play. So I guess it's kind of exciting to see then how coming into the actual drafting phase on how that's going to rotate and pull up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, sorry, my throat's just a little bit bad, everybody, so I might be a little bit rough for the stream. But yeah, these players, you know, just they can pull out so many different things. So we can study the OPGGs all we want, but at the end of the day, it could just be whatever. I think some definite things to look out for will be that Fat Cone's Volibear in the top lane, you know, alleged #1 Volibear, OBL. Pretz and Cat Slayer as well. The Smolder likely gonna be permabanned for the game against him. Envy Diana could be very hit or miss. Who knows? I don't think Envy knows either when he picks it up.
I just hope he doesn't pick Silas.
That's alright. He's just, well, maybe channeling his inner saint against whatever that game was against G2. But yeah, so we're into draft now, so we can take a look at that.
Yeah, we certainly are. And I mean, Catslayer, I mean, talk about getting targeted at the moment with bans.
I know, right?
The Mirror's gone, the Lucian's now gone. I mean, 2 are his pretty heavy KDE champs, but I mean, I'm sure coming into the 3rd ban rotation, we might then maybe see the Smolder potentially being taken away. I was gonna say, I feel like in the Fury though wouldn't be a bad takeout for the side of Feline Friends, and Smolder isn't actually banned. Looks like Pedestrians went for a Vlad angle instead.
I would have thought they would have banned it, but maybe they don't think it's that good right now. What was it with the nerfs to Deathfire Touch? It's no longer quite as overpowered in lane or something.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, with the Deathfire Touch, it is no longer, you know, as, I guess you could say, hyper as it used to be. But I mean, it's still a relatively, you know, not a bad champion to still lock in depending on what kind of game you're wanting to play. You know, if you want to play for the late game, Smolder really does work with that. And I mean, it seems to be looking at for the side of, you know, Pedestrians that they're already locking in a Skarner, they're already locking in a Smolder. So it seems like they've seemed to have found their picks of we might want to start bunkering down and you know, see how the objective side starts to come in. Interesting though to see where the brand's gonna go though.
Yeah, brand right now can almost a 5-lane flex pick. See that one everywhere, but at least we know it's not going to be an APC. Could still be that super annoying support brand that you hate to lane against. And of course, you know, it's good to not have a melee support into a Smolder, so he can't, you know, freely easily stack off something that has to come into into melee range to attack minions.
I mean, ooh. I mean, we're going to see an instant Zaya Rakan coming from the side of Feline Friends, which is actually... It could be quite a bit, actually, for the side of, you know, Pedestrians potentially maybe to try and manage, especially when you're picking Smolder. I'm interested to see what kind of, like, support pick is going to play to try to help, you know, alleviate some of that pressure that a Zaya Rakan can really do into a caster. Because, I mean, really, I call Smolder more of a caster carry, if anything. Viger, though, I wonder. I mean, I should still probably a Viger mid, I would imagine, no?
Yep, my solo queue games, I get Veigar support more than mid. But, yes, you'd likely think mid. There's that Volibear ban against Fat Cones and the Diana for Envy. Putting a bit of respect on both of those, which is it's good to see. I'm also still not convinced this brand isn't going top as well. I think that could be a real possibility.
I mean, brand top is, I guess, still a potential flex pick, but even then, you know, I think you could still play it in the jungle. Like, I don't... It's been a while since I've seen Brand in jungle, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Brand doesn't do too bad into a Skarner lineup in that actual role. Because, you know, Skarner, he might be a bit of a tanky boy, but I mean, but Brand's passive is quite literally minimize, you know, like melting percentage health, which, I mean, Skarner does provide. Akali, though, is going to get picked in from the side of Pedestrians, so I'm feeling like that could also be a potential flex pick if they've not decided where they're going to lock in the Viger, if they're thinking, you know, I mean, there's two flex picks that they've got. You've got Akali top, you've got the Viger mid, potentially support. I mean, Akali can also go mid.
We have seen Smolder top in Div 1 before.
Yeah.
But yes, Envy's Lysandra is going to be locked in. Safe mid laner for the most part, normally.
Yeah, I mean, Lysandra doesn't do too bad in the terms of these matchups into the Akali and the Viger. I mean, you know, you can quite literally play quite relatively safe. And then just having that lock in Frozen Tomb just, well, kind of works exceptionally well, you know. Akali goes to go jump in there, you could just lock him up. You know, a Skarner comes in. Guess what? You could also lock him up. It really is one of those, I guess, I'm not going to say Malzahar equivalent to using your Ray, but I mean, it is a point-and-click ability. But we're noticing Mr. Deathrealm Mordekaiser actually coming in on the side.
Yeah. It's gonna, so, okay, cool. So it probably is that brand jungle then, as you considered.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like it probably would be the case.
Unless it's Mordekaiser jungle and brand top, which is...
I mean...
Okay, alright. Dollop Cinder. It's got to be Dollop Cinder and Akali playing top for shots. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that. I'd probably say, hey, Akali top might have... I mean, I feel like I've not really witnessed too much Akali Mordekaiser matchup, but I would imagine, you know, I guess as long as you're playing the shrouds right, not getting gripped and getting hit by the Mega Hammer, I guess, from Mordekaiser Q, you kind of like, you know, you kind of chill it a little bit, but when you get pulled into that Death Realm, I don't know, I feel like it's going to cause a bit of disruption. I'm actually really liking the little bit of the picks here from the side of Feline Friends, in all honesty. You know, you've got your Rakan that can literally cause quite a, you know, he's got the Grand Entrance, he's got the quickness as well to kind of try and chain lock people up, can kind of work very well with Lysandra, actually, where if you position it right, you can quite literally, you know, jump towards Lysandra as they claw in for that heavy engage, get that snatch and grab. But I mean, we will be confirming rules soon, and you hit the money on the Viger support here, by the way.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. For the record, I
actually
did say it before Indigo put in chat that it might cheese my throat, might be a Veigar sub.
You certainly did. No, I will 100% give that to you. It's one of those things where I just don't. I'll be honest, I don't get to see it that much, but I guess that's what makes the excitement of having such a large, you know, diverse pool of, you can kind of pick that champion, and if you've got the skill to put it in that role, go ahead, you know. And I mean, the cage does deny a bit of a hard engage, you know, from the side of Feline Friends as well.
Yeah, the cage actually does offer a lot of safety. Think of Rakan, you know, supersonic speed trying to jump in, put the cage up, can't escape.
quite literally, you know, you're stuck. You're literally caged up. Which
Yeah.
I guess we won't call them animals, but I mean,
Put the
they are
birds in the
Poseidon.
cage.
I was gonna say, like, they are birds. So
Exactly.
You're putting the bird in the bag, put it in the cage, and hopefully, you know, that gets to cook up a nice cheeky bird meal that, you know,
Yeah,
Smolder gets
there's
to eat up there.
no Zinger Box Deluxe, but we could still have fried chicken.
Honestly, what is with us and when every time we get into a cast together, something food related will always come.
It's just two hungry guys. That's all it is, you know.
100%.
It's two
Two
hungry guys.
boys. Just-
So,
oh man, you exercise, you get hungry, man. It's just
Yeah.
that's how it is.
just the way it is. So, I think most people can relate to that at least. It's not like it's an unrelatable topic, right?
Oh, 100% no. I think everyone.
Who
enjoys
here
eating,
hasn't
you know?
eaten food before? So
Show of hands. Show of hands.
yeah, not seen too many hands. All right, so we just got to get through the tournament pick phase as well too for these players, and then a bit of stream delay. So yeah, we'll sit tight with you guys for a few minutes or so, and all right.
I mean, we'll
Brand
sit
jungle.
tight.
I think the brand jungle will be quite it'll be quite pivotal in this matchup.
Yeah, I really do feel like it's going to be weighing quite a lot in on this brand jungle. But I mean, and I guess I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to work with Skarner. Because I mean, I don't feel like Skarner has a lot of champions that actually can work well with him, I guess, in the early game stage up. Like, sure, I guess out of most of these picks, I probably see more the Akali that, you know, can kind of work with, you know, since they can both, you know, go, you know, he can pin a target. Akali then can, you know, get herself into that distance range to kind of, like, really pop off with it. But then it's also, like, I guess, how do you treat that? I mean, literally, from the side of Pedestrians, you have very heavy scale. You know, Lissandra's want to get her splinter stacks to get the 120, get the bonus ability power, get the execute. You're going to want Smolder, who, guess what, also has an execute, you know,
Yep.
with his passive in their arrangement as well. And then, I mean, and you've got a Viger, for Christ's
Yep.
sake, you know. He
Just keeps
literally lives off. He keeps going, you know, with the stacks. I mean, they really have drafted a stack, like, if any, for those of you that played Mayhem, you know where you have the trait for the Stackosaurus? Every time you get, like, a stack type item, it increases your passive stacks for... This is literally what they've drafted. They have literally gone for, like, a 3-trait Stackosaurus, literally. For
Yeah,
the
and I
Pedestrian
mean,
lineup.
unless it's you know, Bal special lethality Skarner, it's probably going to pick up Heartsteel as the first item. So there you go, add some stacking to it right away as well. But there's just going to have to be such strong follow up on the side of Pedestrians because there isn't that much movable CC. Of course, Vigar Cage will keep them in place, but Skarner's the only one that can actually, like, direct another player somewhere in the map.
I mean, that's it. I mean, it really is going to be trying to land that Impale onto relatively a couple of targets that can kind of move freely. I mean, you know, Xayah wants you to come up to them. You know, they want you to knock on their door. Rakan as well provides exceptional CC with that Xayah pairing. Lissandra as well, like we literally were talking about the Frozen Tomb, it can literally lock up immediately once that Skarner goes to try and dive in. And the thing about with Feline Friends is they have a comp that can relatively nuke a tank. But the thing that I guess we can also worry about a little bit is it is a triple AP on the top side for Feline Friends, which, I mean, for a Skarner, you can kind of build into that a little bit there, so he can also become a bit of a tanky boy.
Yeah, you definitely can build into that. Get some of those blue shoes, like whatever the tenacity ones.
The
I'm blanking
Merc
on the
Treads?
name. Yeah, Merc Treads.
Yeah,
I know
get
what
the
they're
Merc
called,
Treads
but
on.
I was in my
Burn 'em
head
up.
blue boots, right? What's the blue ones called?
I mean, Blue Boots works perfectly fine. I think everyone can get into it, you know, get amongst it and understanding what the blue boots would mean. I mean, if you say red boots, surely we'd think
Well,
ninja tabbies, right?
not anymore, right? Because you've got the gluttonous greaves, which are also red, right?
Oh, true. Well, they
But
are.
they're not boots
Guess
though.
the
They're heels. They're like high heels.
Ah.
Which
Just a little bit of sass, then I'd say.
just all these characters out here slaying in their gluttonous greaves on the rift. Love to see
I
it.
mean, but that's the purpose of it, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
literally
yeah,
slay. You literally
Yeah.
slay. You get more Omnivamp. You know, like it literally is in the definition.
that's a good point. It's aptly named in that case and profiled.
Yeah, Riot knew what they were doing. They knew.
Who do you think, out of all these characters, who slays the most in their new gluttonous greaves? I don't think
God.
anyone's gonna build them. But
I don't think. Like I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I don't think
I
any
know.
of these picks want it. But I mean, if I guess I wanted to, I feel like I guess maybe if I wanted to potentially pick one, I think Brand can rock them hills. Why not?
really,
Yeah. I won't just go state the obvious and look at Zaya. I mean, you can't say Syndra. Syndra's floating. She's like cheating, right?
yeah.
Do you really think you're going to see an Akali as well? Like, she needs to be swift with it. Do you think
Okay,
she's gonna
but
really
hear
be able
me
to pull
out.
off those
Hear
tricks?
me out. All right.
Alright, hearing.
Skarner's got 6 legs, so
Oh, God.
who can rock them harder than a scorpion? Right? Because you've got triple slay with the because you're wearing six greaves instead of
Who
the
can
normal
rock
2.
those?
So that is 3 times as grievous as any of the other characters except Smolder, who can do 4.
It's just not the same. Smolder's just not the same than 6. 4, they do say 6 is bigger than 4. I think they say that in math, but what would
It's
I
a large
know?
number.
Big number mean more. Yes, we happy.
Yeah.
That's how it
And
flows.
you know what else we've got to be happy about is we are going into the game now. Now,
Oh.
do I have to move all my titles around? Because of course I never know. Oh, look at that! I don't have to move them just yet. That is immaculate.
Literally
let's,
perfect. The one thing we've not done, we've not introduced the players. You
Oh,
wanna
true.
Introduce them in quick
I
fashion
just-
as we
you
come
know-
into the rift.
I just thought they were so well known. But yes, I will do Feline Friends. We've got in the top lane, Fat Cones. The 420 is irrelevant. I feel like you get the gist just out of the name. We've got Kickman in the jungle, Envy in the mid lane, Cat Slayer, ADC, and actually playing the ADC, Pretz in support. Now give us Pedestrians.
Yeah, we got the pedestrian rundown, and I don't know what's happening in this bush right now, but maybe I'll start from bot side. So for the bot side of pedestrians, we've got the Smolder, which will be Berserk Taco rocking in on that with the PSA 10. Dropping it in with the Viger support. Very keen and excited to see how that's going to mirror up together. For the mid lane, though, we see Dollop here already going for a little bit of a poke standard there. For the jungle, I will be nice and say this once. Goon to E-Girls. Sup will indeed be playing that Skarner in that jungle role. And to finalize it in the top lane, we've got shots on the Akali.
We do indeed. Great list of players.
Big list of players, and I mean the grand entrance going to be knocking up, PSA 10 there. Scalper, I should have said it. I think it didn't say Scalper.
Yes. Otherwise known as Why You Trying to, or Why Try,
True.
or anything else that you want to call him.
I was going to say, it's what they were trying to do, rock it around. But I mean, a little bit of here, we're going to be seeing a little bit of another knock up here. Feathers are getting recalled but not landing. Cage dropped at the moment here. But I mean, Scalper might need to be a little bit careful there. No sums burned from either team, but just, I don't know. You are 2 casters, relatively, going into people that want to fight, though.
Yeah, do you know how long the cooldown is on the cage?
It's like 20 odd seconds, no?
Because
Like
I was
level
going to say,
one.
I
Pretty
feel
long,
like
no?
just throwing it out there for nothing probably isn't worth it. I feel like you'd be waiting on an engage or a disengage to use that.
I mean, Dollop, sorry, just did a little bit of a cheeky poke there. And I don't mean to draw our attention on the top side, but did Cones unintentionally not buy items for a reason, or was it?
That's a good point.
Or, I was gonna say, is this a bug, or am I actually seeing?
He's recalling right now, so I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just the newfound coaching mentality that you have. You know,
He's on it.
or
I mean,
he's got the ruby crystal as well, so now he's got an advantage if you think about it.
yeah, it looks like he tried to do a little of the cheetah recall there, but I mean, he's not brought it into a tome. He's going for a little of the ring there, but speaking of the ring there, we do the feathers recalling, not actually landing the root onto Berserk Taco, has to flash away. But I mean, that's gonna now be a flashless little dragon, Spyro creature.
Yeah. Yeah, Spyro's quite purple in comparison, but you know, there's a bit of purple on Smolder, but overall Berserk Tarko is Berserk Tarko. It's kind of hard to say actually. Berserk Tarko is feeling a bit in danger. Shots is also now in not much danger. Just heals and walks away. Potion.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna use his second pot of that rotation. The junglers are actually pretty equaled up in the terms of the farming expectations, but I mean, the cage is going to get dropped down there, which keeps Berserk alive there, actually. Scalper, keeping his ADC alive, did also drop the heal just to give a little bit more aspect there, if of course needed, but Pretz is doing pretty well with these grand entrances, I will say, getting the successful knockups.
For sure. Going in, getting out. White flag is going to be raised, but not actually.
Does that mean they can
Berserk Tarko is... White flag is surrender.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we've got to move on now to game 2, no? I think that is clearly a surrender there.
Maybe. Maybe there's something in the Geneva Convention about you can't wave a white flag and then re-engage on your enemy. But
I was gonna say, right? Like, that's what happened, right? We literally just witnessed that. They dropped the white flag. They said, hey, you know, we surrender. And they literally go in on the engage. But the bush wasn't watered, so maybe they didn't actually get to see it.
True.
Don't think they got to see that. Scout of the week not
Anyway,
landing, though, onto MD.
G to E he's in the area, by the way, mid lane, looking for a gank on the Sandra, but Pretz is never, he's going to get the knock up on the Berserk and get the knock up on the White Dry, and they both die. Never mind. Why am I focusing on mid lane when there is a double kill in the bot lane already?
I was going to say, we got some dive actioning already occurring, and out from all junglers, a brand jungle going in for a dive. But again, it was really exceptionally played by Pretz. You know, he landed the grand entrance once again onto the two main targets. And I mean, Kickman was able to get the little fadeaway pillar of flame onto Berserk there, which was that W landing. Overall, played it very well. And Kickman was the only one that had to really, I guess, pop a sums there. And they now have a full sumless bot lane. And I mean, Catslayer and Pretz still have theirs up.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously that sum is well worth it. Your flash means a little bit less on junglers most of the time anyway, as you're not directly laning into somebody constantly. So you have a lot more time where you don't need to have flash up. And Played-Off is the absolute GOAT right now in chat, reminding me of all the different things happening on the map. And yeah, there's a big CS difference in the mid lane, with Envy down quite a lot. And
I mean,
Dollop is looking to continue using this advantage to get the first straight for Pedestrians.
I mean, they're going to grab this objective. I mean, they do notice that, you know, Kickman is on the top side with his jungle clear. But, I mean, we're talking about the large CS gap into the mid matchup. But, I mean, we've also got the bot side matchup, as right now we're going to be seeing Envy is going to get knocked into the wall there. We do have shots on the sideline, but won't be there at this point. But yeah, but back to my point, what am I saying? Grand Entrance going to get actually getting landed up at the Scalper. Scalper going to literally be absolutely decimated by Catslayer there. Envious goes for the Frozen Tomb, landing it onto Goon as Goon has the flash away, chops up, goes over the wall. There's Power of the Week going to literally be used up on Kickman, and Shots is going to claim an immediate double kill. We're noticing Goon also being taken down by Cones as they're brought into the Death Realm. And I mean, this is another tremendous occurrence. And I think, yeah, Scalper also did die in that interaction on that bot line matchup.
Did indeed.
Yeah, so much just happened in literally a minute. There was no time to talk. Exhausted up here. But I think Shots should be able to kind of just walk away.
Yes, the Shroud does help you escape a lot of the time. Exhaust used by Fat Cones.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was gonna be look. You know, we've got exhaust now being dropped there. We've got Goon gonna have no flash available here, but I mean we do have Dulip here onto the arriving member. Does land the scatter really onto Pretz. Pretz flashes away though. Scalpel did use his heal there in that interaction. But I mean ultimately though, Envious is gonna get a little bit of free farming in the mid. I will say.
And maybe this Smolder pick into Cash Slayer, who's such a good Smolder player, might not have been the best option. It's
Yeah,
not
I
looking
feel
too
like.
good.
Yeah.
Up, well, down 30 CS.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, we're in a spot where you really don't want to be this far behind in CS, but I mean, I feel like it might have just been a pick there as we got a fight coming in onto the Herald team. Do we have the smite coming across, which I think Goon was... No, that actually wasn't on the side of Goon. That's Kickman that took the first rift there. It's actually going to be a 3 takeover the side of Feline Friends there. But yeah, I felt like picking the Smolder was just to kind of deny Catslayer, I guess, from having it, but maybe going something a little bit more potential comfort, you know. But, I mean, who knows? As, I mean, Dolop here might be looking to get literally caught out at the moment. We do have the Frozen Tube used up here. Grand Entrance does not yet get used up. Fill the Flame, flashing away. Cage used up to knock one target. Envious does land the Q there. One more auto on the plant will keep them away. We've got Catslayer coming in from the backside, though. Envious goes for the engage, gets rooted up here as now literally Mom comes from above as it grabs 2 targets here. Paraluic's going to get used to with the Impale onto Pretz, but Pretz is alive. He is literally out of there. He goes, nah, buddy. Pedestrians, you're going to watch me fly away as that turns out to be a 1-for-1 trade over.
Yes. 1-for-1 and all. Technically, you'd kind of think it's, well, it is an advantage of Pedestrians as they only lose their support. Well, Envy takes another death on the Lissandra. Could have been worse for them though. They got out of that just in time. Pretz on the lowest of lows of the health bar. Shots now mid lane onto Envy, landing the shurikens. It's gonna take away half of his health. Does use the perfect execution though to do so.
Quite certainly did, but I mean, Shots is... I mean, Fat Cone seems to be a little bit walking on the hunt here, knows that Shots is going to be walking around. And, yeah, I mean, that was... I mean, look, it was exceptionally played, I'll kind of say, from the side of Feline Friends there. I mean, Envious, though... I mean, they were just all so low. Like, Envious nearly died in that interaction. I mean, Pretz literally gets away by the grit of his teeth here as Scatterweek's going to get landed up here onto Envious. Knockup does come in from Pretz. But, I mean, Dolop here, I guess, is just going to take his little Splinter stack and just go, yep, that's it. We'll leave that be. As, never mind, what can I say? We've got a little bit more of an interaction coming across here. Scatterluke's going to get used up. Cage going to get dropped here. We do have the Impale available. Grabs 2 targets as PSA will be claiming their first kill up to there. We've got Goon to Eagle just trying to run away, getting away from the hills there. But that's going to be Envious getting taken down again.
Yeah, it's definitely not feeling good right now if you're the mid laner on Feline Friends. The good news is they're up enough in other areas that overall you probably feel like they have the advantage. But right now this Lissandra is kind of just a frozen tomb. And that's about all that the Lissandra really is.
I mean, it is a utility mid laner, so can't fault them that.
Pedestrians, they're looking to start up the second Drake, but there's a teleport coming in from Fat Cones already into 3.
Yeah. He's certainly going to be teleporting in there. Dark Matter used up here, but you have the teleport coming in from Shots as he now goes to fire away onto Catslayer. Catslayer still has Feather Storm available. He's going to get used up. Mum's going to grab it onto 3 targets. Shots gets away. Does not get gripped here, but I mean, Fat Cones goes to death onto Berserk Taco. They're going to be taken away there as now the Envious does not go in there. Fat Cones is bonking. He whacks it. Finally claims that kill there for as now the team engages together here. We've got literally the Pyroclasm bouncing away. Kickman gets a kill for himself here. And I mean, Pedestrians are starting to crumble. We've got PSA getting gripped again. Cage used up. No carries available to go for the full extent there. But I mean, what are we saying? The fight still continues. We've got Primordial Blast being used there onto Cones. Another grip comes across from Fat Cones. But I mean, Feline Friends need to be careful here as we've got the Grand Entrance line up to 2. Fat Cones is on 1 HP. He now gets taken down. Dragon also does fall to the indications of Feline Friends. It is still going here. Frozen is used up as they gets grabbed. That Scatter will aim one target. We've got Pill the Flames used up. Scalper walks away. And Shots is on a double kill there with Dollop arriving. Wow, what a Dragonflight engagement that was come through there.
You know, I reckon flipping the game over a second dragon is always the best idea. Everyone here is in agreement with that, as we do get a super extended fight over it, resulting in, well, still pretty even overall. FF get the dragon, and Pedestrians get a couple extra kills. However, Envy does die again, but you can't think too much gold is going over now when that happens.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, you know, I'll just sacrifice my life and, you know, try and root a target. But, I mean, again, it was just another interaction where for Feline Friends, I guess the carries were a bit split in that. So they couldn't, I guess you could say, maximize that, I guess, grab that, you know, kind of locked onto there onto Shots. But, I mean, this Akali, though, is getting more items in their pocket. And if we see how Cat Slayer kind of got engaged, you know, before the main fight started, that can be a dead bird. Like that, like literally, Xayah can quite literally fall to that in a matter of seconds.
Good news is you do have the Feathers Fly to go untargetable, like Cat Slayer did during the Smolder ultimate as well, so managed to mitigate a lot of damage, which Envy is not mitigating. Does manage to go into his tomb though during the Skarner ult. However, the Impale is going to still catch him out, and the stun catches him out, and why try is catching him out again. Brings the cage up just to make sure no one can follow up, and another kill into Envy.
Yeah, but look, kills into mid lane has now then occurred there. We do have a little bit of that fight in the top area, which Death Realm was brought up. But, I mean, Shots just goes into Shroud mode, and like Death Realm meant nothing. Yeah, I think a little bit too earlier on the trigger there for the side of Envious. He had no real members around him, and, I mean, he's nearly, what, is he nearly, like, I think he's almost reached the point of 2 levels down at this point. I mean, you know, I think Dollop should be hitting level 12 very soon. I really do think Envy needs to slow it down a little bit, wait for his team to actually rock up there for really to go in. And speaking of going in, we've got Shots coming in for that E, does land it through. But I mean, there's Mordekaiser right now, Fat Cones is literally laying the hammer there. It does exceptional damage in that aspect.
Yeah, it's a shame that he died in that last fight, because I had a really good line prepared. I was going to say the Mace of Cones is fat indeed. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, I was going to say it doesn't really matter, as we had a little bit of an interaction there from both sides. Ultimate's going to get used up with the armor, as now we've got Scalper being literally focused up here. The Bellows Breath does get shot out. What am I saying? That's a vulnerability. We do see Kickman taking the Rift Tower on top. We've got Dalip, though, sneaky in the backlines here, but I think they might know that considering the pings were used up here. Grand Entrance will not be landing onto Scalper. Hits no target. We've got Dalip here landing Scalper. We can land onto no targets there. Scalper has to run away there. Impales finding no targets. Featherstorm will get them away here. Envious literally has to now dash away with his E there. This is still looking for a potential dive here from the side of Pedestrians. They are slowly starting to walk up here. Scatter of the Week going to blend onto no targets again. Goon then, never mind, turns it around, and Scalper is literally executed by that tower. Grand Entrance landing not onto Berserk, just to a couple of minions there. And I don't, unfortunately, think that was really well executed from the side of Pedestrians. They seem to panic there a little bit.
A little sloppy from Scalper, just to, you know, dive in one tower shot, or go in when he was so low. The Syndra is pretty dangerous. Has the Luden's Echo, Dark Seal, 5 stacks, 7 assists, and no deaths. Definitely a threat when Dollop is sitting in that bush.
Yeah, there's certainly a threat, and I guess we're just kind of hoping to maybe funnel a little bit of extra gold here, because I mean, imagine if that was kills instead of assists. But I mean, hey, you know, it doesn't really matter. You do have a large CS lead here. But I mean, Dragon is now spawning up through here, which is going to be Chem Tech Soul, which I think really for the side of Feline's Friends probably want to try and grab that really as best, as we might be seeing a fight coming through here very soon. Everyone's starting to group up here. We've got Preds coming with a flash engage. It does get caged up at the moment here, as now Alessandro will be able to go into a little bit of the grab and slam throw. Truth used up here. One target of Preds is going to get fallen down here. Scalper's onto 1 HP. Envy is going to be the target that falls leaking down here. As now we've got Fat Cones with shots into the Death Realm here. Comes out available, but there is no one for the side of Pedestrians to help out shots, as Fat Cones is leading the charge for his team here. As we've got Dollop using the plant to get out there at this point of time. And it is still looking to still go here. Goon's having to run away from the hills with Berserk Taco. Fat Cones is trying to grab anyone with his decimating ham here. We've got Scalper arriving. His beautiful scatter of the week will find the target. As now the cage is going to get dropped here. Bazooka on 1 HP. Gets pinned up to the wall instead, as Cones does. But during that time, Feline Friends did manage to sneak that dragon. So that'll be a Gemtech grab on their side ultimately at the end.
It's just every drag in this game so far. These teams are just deciding we're going to 5v5. And so far, it's still working out pretty evenly. Got a 2k gold lead at 20 minutes now for Feline Friends. We're getting some second items being completed. The Spirit Visage from the Mordekaiser. Flicker Blades.
I mean, Cat Slayer's on some decent items here. I mean, they're going to be an item ahead into Berserk, which is kind of what you would want. But I mean, right now, Kickman might need to be careful here, as now they're looking to be a little bit of a catch, but never mind. He's actually turning it around. He's landed that stun there exceptionally well here. Who will grab the kill? It will go into Killman's pocket, as what I had thought was a nice start of an engage. One stun was literally all it took for Kickman to just start nuking it in his favor instead.
The burn was just too much. Kickman's too hot right now. Someone needs to heat check him. It's a little bit too much for the Akali to handle.
Certainly is. And I mean, you know, Dollop there avoiding the E from the side of Envy, and just kind of land a nice little cheeky start of the week. Gets another Splinter stack. Scalper, though, is going to be walking a little bit blind here at the moment. Grand is going to get used up here with the quickness. Scalper is trying to run away from the hills. Cage used up here, but the Featherstorm will be getting that final kill piece here, as now they're sending their sights onto Envy right now. Uses Frozen Tomb to keep themselves alive here. Root's going to land. Unleashed Power also used up here. Is avoiding the ability, but ultimately will be taken down. Goon has to now flash away there from this fight. Kickman has arrived with the sight of Pretz too. Dollop also flashing out, but they will not be able to grab that re-engage.
And Fat Cones is going to take the second top lane turret. Just absolutely pushing his way up the top lane. Berserk Taco in a lot of danger, has to flap away under his turret. And Goon to E-Girls is going to get ulted by this Brand. Luckily, he does have enough health to resist the burn. That exoskeleton proving to be pretty inflammable.
Just become a cockroach, you know? It's just getting hit by all the aspects here, but it's still alive. But I mean, damn. I mean, it was it was kind of amusing just watching Goon to E-Girls just kind of like dash through the two walls and goes, haha, never mind, I'm alive.
Yeah.
From what was being caught out.
Well, I mean,
just
when you can tunnel through walls, it does make it easy to escape a lot of situations that might otherwise be inescapable.
It certainly is, and I mean, Cones tried to deny Goon to E-Girls from those chickens. However, the chickens at the end of the day still did go to Goon to E-Girls' favor. So I mean, look, Skarna's still going to be eaten up a little bit here for a treat. But I mean, I don't know if you'd be able to be asked too much of you. Do you know if you're able to get a stat check on the stacks on Dollop and Berserk at the moment?
Yeah, I sure can. Let's see. I will just this. What have I done? There we go. And if I take them.
Pull up the logs. I trust what you say.
So, he's at 142 right now. 146 as we speak. 147. It's just, you know, going up.
Scalper is literally going in blind. I was just going to say, during that time, Scalper has gone in blind here, and Envious is now going to have the Frozen Tomb away here. We've got the Goons. Ego is going to try to grab away there. W's going to be landing. We now finally see the teleports coming from Fat Cones, but he gets the deny onto the grip here, as now he's trying to run away there at the moment here. Shield keeps himself up to more than half HP. Exhaust's going to get used up. Shots has not fired his shot yet, as now he finally turns it around. Cones does land the claw there to keep themselves away here, keep himself alive into that battle up the fray up the top. That was a very exceptional deny there from Cones into that top lane interaction. But I mean, nothing came off of it from Feline Frenzy. This fight is still occurring up top. This could be maybe dangerous if the right ability's landing here. Q does come on across there. We see another dragon being taken down here. We've got Scalper and Berserk Taco looking to group up onto Fat Cones at the moment here. But I mean, we've got a melee Smolder walking in onto that at the moment. Shuriken's going to be landing as they now finally, we see Cones here taken down at this point of time. Very long interaction. But I mean, there's a lot that Pedestrians are giving away here for that kill. As now, what am I saying? Quickness is going to get landed up there on the Frozen Tomb. As now, Dollop is literally taken away. Jeez Louises, bot tower comes crumbling down, and we're going to now see Pedestrians, I guess, maybe fighting back for a tower of their own.
Yeah, it's sorry, non-stop action everywhere. We're getting pretty much a kill a minute. Tons of towers going down for Feline Friends, and finally Pedestrians do get their first one. But they're down 5k gold and 2 dragons. So definitely going to be a hard situation for them to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, 5k gold deficit. I mean, a Smolder that is a little bit starved in that stacking department. You know, you would hope a Smolder by this time actually has their execution up available, or ultimately a lot closer there by maybe about 20 to 30 stacks. So there's still a little bit of time that, you know, I guess Pedestrians are going to try and have to hold out here. And I'm sorry, during that whole interaction, what was Dollop in the terms of his splinters? How many were they at 120?
He's at 111.
And that's going to be an execution on Dollop very soon. Yeah, and I mean, look, Feline Friends are setting their sights onto this Baron objective right now, as now they actually pull the trigger onto shots here. He's going to be using his a little bit of shrouded ability there. Does use the perfect execution to get away there. Ultimately, though, Pedestrians kind of just going to say, yep, you know what? We'll do a little bit of farming for our Smolder. We'll also do a little bit of damage in the terms of the mid tower. Bot tower taken away. And yeah, they just let them take the Baron. No real pressure there for Feline Friends.
Has not bought any boots yet either, by the way. Just to note, Scalper has to flash out.
A bootsless Smolder. He's got boots of swiftness, no? Is that what I see on the right side?
Oh, never mind. I forgot that. Never mind. Yeah.
Had me for a second there. I was like, wait, hold on. It won't be on the items anymore. We'll see it on the unit portraits.
Yeah, how did I forget that?
That's fine.
Oops.
No.
I'm just too sick.
Fine.
I'm bad.
No, it's fine. Nothing wrong with a little bit of sicky. It impacts the brain. But I mean, right now, Pedestrians are walking a little bit blind here, as now Goon's Ego is going to get a little bit stunned up here. The feathers will be coming very soon here. Mom comes in across. Scuttle Week's going to be landing there onto Pretz, as they literally set their sights. What onto Pretz, I should say, Kick Me. Kick Me is literally taken down here. The tick, tick, tick will finally tick its last as Berkshire is taken down here. We're literally seeing Scalper just nuked immediately when they tried to rock up there. But I mean, Kickman's taken down, but Pedestrians are losing 3 members for that interaction.
Brand is so strong right now. Up 3,000 gold. on the Skarner. You can see it in the items. Gets that Bloodletter's curse as well too. Is going to make his teammates do so much more damage. Bilisandra and Mordekaiser will benefit from that shred so much. And you can see it in the last fight. Skarner kind of felt like he had no tankiness whatsoever, even with that Abyssal Mask. Just got destroyed.
I mean, it did. I mean, the Merc Treads aren't going to keep it alive. And I mean, there's so much CC that's coming out from it as well. I mean, you had the Grand Entrance or the Grand Stun, and then the Feathers, when they got recalled, literally nuked the, Gunta E-Girls there. But I mean, we're also looking at it in the terms of the ADC items, where we're literally witnessing Catslayer a full item ahead in the term of his laner counterpart. And that's a more purchase there as well from a very heavy, I guess, ultimately AP team that's quite ahead. So that's even going to help Catslayer out for themselves with that item to keep themselves a little bit more alive in these fights.
For sure, it's a super heads-up purchase. Pedestrians looking to take down the mid lane tower, get a little bounty. Dollop is going to finish that one off. Kind of the only strong member right now, still, for them. Working towards completing the Rabadons with the 2 large rods. Looking like Dragon Soul for Feline Friends. No contest on that one. Hickman's just going to take it.
I was going to say, maybe we're looking for an Elder Flip angle. Maybe that's what Pedestrians are doing when they've got their executes available. I mean, ultimately, it is when we should hopefully see, Berserk Taco do a little bit more maybe in these fights. When that burn becomes available, like it will start to tick a little bit more rather than Kickman doing all the burning here. But the thing that I'm worried about is the fact that there's not overly much vision from the side of Pedestrians in their own jungle. So things are a little bit blind here, and depending on where this Skarner walks, he has literally fallen for the trap here. We're literally going to be watching Gunta E-Girls literally fall in a matter of moments. Now Cage's going to get used up there. Scatter of the Week will be landing into no targets. We've got Mum coming in from above. But I mean, Feline Friends are just so swift with their movements, with their cat-like reflexes as they literally walk out of the way with that, but not so much for Envious as he literally cops the Dark Matter. Another Scatter of the Week onto 2 targets here. This is looking for a potential siege angle at the moment as things are starting to slow down a little bit here. Claw's going to get used up here. Shots will be landing shurikens there to provide a little bit more damage. Nice double literally Scatter of the Week here now as the Unleashed Power is going to use up the Fat Cones here. Fat Cones is low, but I mean, still, I'm not witnessing this Smolder with execute range available. And I mean, Feline Friends, they will find their one target and they're just going to look to recall away and synchronize.
Good not to overextend in that position.
Certainly not. I mean, Dollop was pretty decently moving with the Scatter of the Weeks, and I mean, they've got a Death Cap now in their pocket, so
Exactly.
That's going to do a lot more now. And I guess as Andrew was asking, if we could maybe grab a cheeky stats check.
Man, this stack check stuff is hard because it takes me off the director cam as well. Let me
are you able to just click on the target?
Yeah, I can. I think so. How do I even... Cinder isn't even showing stacks anymore. It just shows, like...
Well, they shouldn't show stacks. That should mean they're fully stacked up, which, considering they're on 111, and it's been about 5 minutes since last check.
And Smolder's at 231 now. So he's hit that one. And the Vagar is at 148.
That's not too bad. I mean, that's almost a 30% cooldown reduction here. But I mean, the Pillar of the Flames finding 2 targets onto Pedestrians at the moment, as Scatter of the Week does get retaliated in return. I mean, look, that will mean we're going to notice now an execute onto Smolder. He does have 3 items available, which I guess puts him a little bit into his power play. But I mean, with a rapid fire, won't have too much damage. But I mean, right now, I mean, this is setting to be quite strongly in the side of Feline's Friends in this terms of this game. I mean, they're still ahead up. Like, they can kind of treat this game really how they kind of wish. And you kind of have to pick a deciding factor in who's going to really be interrupting, I guess, Mordekaiser. As we did notice, Pretz here go very heavy onto that engage. Didn't really get to find a target here. Now Backcone's going to be arriving here. Scalp's going to flash away their shots. It's also flashing away immediately after that Delabot here. We've got the Death Round grabbed onto one target at this point in time. But I mean, with that Shroud, it's going to keep himself alive here. So there's going to not be too many members available here. As maybe they set their sights onto Cones. Never mind. What are we saying? They are literally retreating. They are retreating at this point of time here. But this, literally, Pyroclasm is just bouncing away onto the side of Pedestrians. Will be literally nuking it away. Their Cat Slayer is now going to get a kill for themselves here on to Goon to E-Girls. As now Dolph is literally aborting as he can. Skyler Week is exceptionally well used there, but it doesn't matter when you literally get struck by the Q coming in from Kickman to stun it away. And that's going to be 2 kills literally on favor for Feline Friends.
They've just got so much damage. So much damage. And especially from the brand. Kickman is absolutely insane on this pick so far. They're going to take Baron. There's going to be no contest for that. And they're looking to break open the base of Pedestrians. They want inhibitor turrets and they want inhibitors. Elder Dragon is up in a minute 20 though. So could be looking towards that. Seeing if we can get some more item spikes in.
I mean, certainly, I mean, hopefully, you know, we start to see a little bit on there. And I mean, it seemed like in that fight, they may have been able to set their target, you know, set their sights onto Fat Cones, but I think they kind of just went, no, we're looking for that full retreat, you know, when the Death Realm had finished up there. I guess Pedestrians still wanting to maybe play the, let's try, I guess, scale up a little bit more if we can, but if we're not finding our chance to bite the bullet when we can, or I should really say pull the trigger, it screams a little bit of worriness from me. As now we've got 30 seconds up on Elder here. We've got Goon to Eagles getting gripped away. This could be a potential Elder flip here at this point. I mean, look, Cage's going to get used up here. We've got Scattered the Weak landing onto Cones at the moment here. MVS does throw out their claw. Won't be going for the heavy engage in, but I mean, Fat Cones is already on half HP. Mum's going to get used across here, only finds a target of 1 onto Envy. As now the re-engage comes across here. It's going to land onto no targets here. Cage's going to get used up to keep the fight split here. But I mean, we're literally witnessing the typical Death Realm special, and I'm a Shroud away here as now, never mind, Cat Slayer nearly finds that target here. Cage's going to get used up here. Envy is having this little 1v1 battle on Dalip as the Feather Storm will find the target with the recall, as that was a well-executed action there, as now looking to still continue the fight here. We've got Cat Slayer walking up. Cage going to get used up, does find the grip on the Goon, and the Impale will be used up, does not really have much more there in their arsenal of that pocket. And I mean, Elder is looking to now be the next target here for Feline Friends.
Yep, with the Skarner gone, it's free for Kickman to smite as he pleases, and he's gonna smite it. Elder Dragon for the side of Feline Friends. I think they're looking to probably make a push to close it out now. They've got that execute. It's not like they lack damage anyway. They had heaps of it. Only going to get more now.
I mean, certainly.
Can a Rooker for Zaya? I don't think Cat Slayer's going to die this game.
Nah, he's really only got the AP to worry about. I mean, unfortunately, you know, Berserk Taco has been literally kept behind this entire game. He's not really been able to be in those spots to utilize his damage. And I mean, look, I mean, I guess from the side of Pedestrians, you might just have to, you know, treat this game as a one grab, let them take, and, you know, maybe reconvene. As now we're going to finally see Feline Friends going looking for the siege here. We do see the claw currently being used up here as Envious and me use Frozen Tomb onto themselves. As now the Impale is going to now finally find the target here, but I mean, it doesn't really matter as Brand claims 2 targets immediately with the Elder proc there, maybe 3. That will be a 3rd. We did see Shots get the kill onto Envy, but I don't really think it matters as we're going to see this Brand on a quadra kill. But Cat Slayer says, nah, sorry, Kickman, I'm going to kick you down onto this and deny it. And I mean, Feline Friends are literally nuking down the towers at this point. All members are down on the side of Pedestrian. with their backs against the wall, and it will be a clean takeover game 1 for Feline Friends here in this series.
Yeah, that's about as clean as they come, especially for your bot lane duo 10-0-8 and the Rakan's at 0-1 and 22. So 22 out of 25. That is a 88% kill participation rate, if my math is correct, which is insane over the course of 40 minutes almost, 38 minutes. So this Rakan everywhere on the map. Pretz is doing such a good job. And yeah, like you said, Kickman with a well-deserved quadra kill in the later stages of that game. Unfortunately, there's no Penta there. But yeah, massive game from Feline Friends for that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, they played exceptionally well for a lot of the aspects there. I mean, we also have to give a little bit to Cones there. Denied a couple of those teleports from shots to really, I guess, make an impact. Because I mean, that's where all the gold was, right? For Pedestrian in that early game in that early game aspects there. And I mean, I think he was just on Mordekaiser duty, which is, hey, I'ma just grab this one member. And that's about all I need to do while the team, uses that to streamline ahead and, push Pedestrians further away. But I guess if you're on the side of Pedestrians, what do we kind of look into coming into game 2?
Oh, for one, a better draft would be a start. Something with a little bit more, I think, direct lockdown instead of Vigar support. Also, the Skarner could not really provide enough of a front line for them either. Like, Fat Cone's Mordekaiser was doing a much better job at that than the Skarner was, and of course, as the jungler, you're still trying to focus on objectives as well too. So you don't necessarily want to be the first one in to all these engages, because there was quite a lot of times where the Skarner was down before anybody else was. So that's free objective for Feline Friends, and they took almost all the objectives pretty much, except one dragon at the start of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say they played maybe the first they were playing the first 10 minutes to 15 minutes of the game, pretty well there in the terms of either going for little equal trade lineups. They were able to push one of those fights into that early dragon grab. But I mean, it just seemed to kind of start to crumble really when the much longer, the longer the fight went, Feline were just able to kind of regroup, reconvene, and then keep that execution range going. But I mean, look, yeah, drafting might help them out a little bit, because I think for the side of Pedestrians there was a lot of there was a lot that they had to do to make their comp work together. Rather, for Feline Friends, theirs was pretty point and click. You go something simple, you go something very basic. Lissandra just has to press that one key ability. Mordekaiser, just has to press that one key ability to lock a team member away. You are allowing a Xayah Rakan to be picked up on the enemy side, and they work exceptionally well into a caster mage bot lane. It just seems like, we're picking these picks, which, yes, can potentially work, but you're having to put a lot of work to actually execute it. That's the word that I'm trying to think. It's execution, right? Sometimes you just might want to go a little bit on the simple on the drawing board and just have something that's a little bit more concreted, where you don't have to think overly too much. But look, we'll see what comes into game 2, though.
Exactly, and of course, just the execution from them as well too. You say it's an easy matchup, but that execution does still have to be there, and it for sure was. Getting into the second game draft now. Same sides, looking like similar bands with the Seraphine and Samira. And they are scared of this Kled, so maybe Shots got a really crazy Kled.
Yeah, I mean, Shots didn't do too bad on the Akali picks. I mean, pair it up with the Kled could maybe steamroll things a little bit more further, right? I mean, you literally have the ultimate there that make sure that your team literally does stay rallied when you go to charge across in. But I mean, yeah, we are noticing though very similar bans from both teams. Really, I guess we'll see where this kind of comes in. You know, do we maybe look to change things up? Was Hui their third ban from Feline Friends on last game?
No, it was not. But
was
that will
not,
be
right?
a definite targeted ban towards Dollop. They aptly recognized that despite the loss, he had quite a good game on the Syndra. And away is also one of his comfortable champs, so making sure he can't have as much of an impact. Nefari is the first pick for Feline Friends. If I had to guess, that's going to Envy as opposed to Kickman. But of course, you know, it can find itself in a couple of different positions.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it certainly could be. I mean, I guess, you know, in the terms of looking at the OBL.GGs, you know, a lot more is sitting onto cones. And I mean, with that being said, they're probably thinking it is a jungle matchup because Nocturne does do decently well into Nefuri because of his passive where he literally just nukes all the pups and gets to claim all of his life back. But I mean, into the Mel matchup as well, I'm going to imagine Mel mid. I think Mel and I'm actually not too sure about the Mel Fury matchup. I think
it might be.
I think Mel should have a little bit more. I think
ADC Mel. This is what we see so much right now. MSI at least, constantly.
It could be a Mel support actually. If we're noticing a Viger support,
that's true.
Mel can also come across support, there actually.
Wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world.
Put my money on Mel support, maybe.
Well,
I'm going to put my money.
Definitely not. Well, again, Varus could be top lane, so I mean, Shots played a Kali top lane, so Varus isn't too far of a stretch. Volibear gets banned again. The Aurelia ban. Interesting.
Yeah, getting rid of Aurelia, which I mean, look, isn't necessarily too bad for the side of Pedestrians. You know, can kind of execute it well with a couple of the called members. I guess mainly more pairing it up with the Nocturne. But we're going to see another Victor takeaway as well for the side of Pedestrians there. So, I mean, ultimately, nothing changed too much. It's like Cannon being taken away. The side of Feline Friends.
Yep, they don't want to lane into Shots Cannon. So they think the Varus is... They must think the Varus is ADC, Mal mid. Or support. Anivia. That'll be nice. Top lane or mid, or who knows. Maybe you're right. Maybe the Mel is support. It's... In Pedestrians, they really like keeping it open in their draft.
Yeah, they very much do like keeping it open, but I mean, still though, the only thing I fear is I don't really see a pick that's working with this Nocturne. You know, we've got a lot of casters from afar, and nothing really there to work with the Nocturne.
Who else is going to engage in on the Nocturne ultimate? Like,
yeah. And I mean, right now, I mean, it looks like that probably will be the Amumu jungle, I would probably say here.
Yeah, it'll be Amumu jungle and Envy on the Nefari. Last pick, Zahen top. I always find Zahen is a little bit of feels really hit or miss sometimes. If it's not a matchup where you can stack the passive and get the revive, it feels a little bit pointless.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
it's Mel support. Yeah, you're right. Unless it's Anivia support.
I feel like if we're gonna chuck Anivia somewhere, it's probably going to be mid here. I guess into this. I feel like in the terms of the mid lane matchup, I mean, again, it's still a pretty even Steven in terms of, the Fury versus Anivia, but I think Anivia might have a little bit more of a better chance compared to the Mel. Because it just gets to a point, right, where you just chuck your Glacial Storm and just farm it out. You know, just farm it out. You don't have to do anything too fancy with the Anivia. But I mean, the thing again that I worry about is Pedestrian haven't really lined a target that's gonna work with this Nocturne. I guess, you know, it really does feel like this Nocturne is just going to be out here alone in these fights, where really, you know, the Anivia is going to split the fight up. You know, Varus as well does that with the Chain of Corruption. But, I mean, look, we'll see what they can kind of do coming into this, I guess, Game 2 aspect for this Grand Final Series. So, this is what they're looking to draft to try and keep their hopes alive.
Yeah. This is their choice. This is what they're going with. I personally think that Feline Friends has the edge overall in amongst these collections of champions. What about you? Okay. No, I would agree with it as well. I feel like for the side of Feline Friends, things are a little bit easier to execute, right? It's like the whole purpose of Amumu is, hey, I'm going to use my bandage toss. I'm going to start locking in members. You've got Leona's Solar Flare, which is quite literally, I'm going to engage and, you know, again, grab and snatch a target. Now, Fury can exceptionally work well with that in the terms of both of these pairings. You've also got Tristana's jump that also works well in the terms of getting themselves in or potentially out to disengage. And then, I mean, you've also got Zehen with the ultimate capability. Like, I feel ultimately, you know, for the side of Feline Friends, you have drafted a team comp that is very... I mean, they're very much all in. That is their purpose. They are looking to go in, and they are looking to quite literally blow it up if they can. But Pedestrian, though, do have a couple of champs in their pool, though, that can actually disrupt the fight. You've got the Anivia Wall. You've got the Mel, literally, route that kind of goes... It's a fairly decently ranged shot there. And, I mean, in one Chain of Corruption onto any of these members, really, can kind of see them going bye-bye. I mean, aside from Leona, and I would imagine movement. But, I mean, Zahen's a bit more bruiser. You've got Fury, Tristana. There are a couple of picks here that can kind of also get nuked up. Maybe if a barrel combo is maybe done from a cheeky GP. Yeah, it's just a lot that kind of comes from here, though. It is indeed. And if Tristana gets ahead early game, that's going to feel rough, though.
I mean, that's
Tristana
it, right?
Feels like she does so much damage the minute she starts amassing a gold lead. And if there's anything Cat Slayer's been really good at so far this season, it's amassing a gold lead in that ADC role. I mean, there's a reason he won an award only an hour ago for this exact thing. Definitely one of his specialties.
I was gonna say he's literally the man of the hour in the terms of the you know, for the quite literally the stats war for the Div 2 space, where he is literally put a monster of a performance, and he's been ranked quite highly across the board with his ADC KDA, and we witnessed that literally with a perfect flawless I think it was like the 10-0 grab. I think he had actually 2 assists or something. So yeah, it's certainly coming to be. But I mean, I do feel, though, I guess really for either team, if you do get yourself ahead, hopefully you can kind of use that to really push for your strengths. Because I mean, really, right, if we look at the side of you know, Feline Friends, if let's say Pedestrians kind of go ahead and they do then look to siege, they don't really have anything that stops a wave. Nothing really there to stop minions, you know what I mean? But I guess maybe not having as much defense, and you know, you put all your utility in an offense, maybe that's how they look to defend it.
Well, they didn't need defense last time. I think they only lost 2 turrets for the game, or maybe 3. Maybe they lost all the outer turrets and that was it. But yeah, they didn't need to have much defense last time.
I mean, they certainly didn't. I mean, they literally kept it quite through and through, you know. After 15 minutes, it just came down a lot more into their favor. So, I mean, look, ultimately, it really is, though, going to be our pedestrian team at this point in time really having their backs against the wall, because they know that if they don't win this next game, it is going to literally be the end of their journey for the grand finals. I mean, you know, if you're trying to bring home that trophy, you know, you'd hope to do it. But I mean, I feel like Feline Friends, they get to be a little bit more laid back. You know, they know they got the first game. They kind of got it quite strongly. So I feel like they've got that rush of, let's keep the same maybe mental level-headed focus and try and bring it home.
They will be looking for that 2-0. I don't see a reason for it to go to game 3. And we've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds now on that spectator delay, and until we're in the game. Just to bring it back to something familiar, how do you feel about oranges? You know, it's topical.
How do I feel
about
oranges? Honestly, I'm a fan of drinking like orange juice and all of that jazz, but actually eating an orange, I don't know. I couldn't get behind it.
It's quite
I feel like I just don't like the
labor-intensive
texture.
task sometimes, eating an orange.
Yeah,
But
it's just...
I feel like Gangplank is the type of guy that he strikes me as someone that eats an orange the same way you eat an apple. Just like not peel the skin and just bite a chunk out of it, you know?
Oh, he just tears into it.
Yeah. Like I think he just tears into it, exactly.
I think like I think they're bringing him back into. Oh, actually, I don't think he had. I need to quickly look something up. Give me 1 sec. I need to remember. So I'm thinking, when did that come available? Because he had removed Scurvy. I need to remember the like the animation for it, because I feel like it's either like the little classic spotlight where he like sounds like he tears into it like quite strong. Like but I just don't know.
No,
Then I'm also thinking, I think he does. Yeah, no, he does have Scurvy. I was going to say, no, that keeps with him in League Classic. I'm trying to remember the olden days. It's been ages since I've had to play it. I think the other thing I'm excited for is the Graves return. I'm really keen to play Graves ADC again.
Yeah, I mean, to me, League Classic is just, well, the 2024 version, so can't quite relate, but, you know.
Oh, God.
I'll definitely watch from afar and take pleasure in the fact that other people can enjoy the hype for it. I mean, saying that, I think I did play once in 2014, but that was, yeah, I don't really remember that one.
I mean, look, that's fair. I mean, I think a lot of the classic champs that kind of came out, I think for me is going to be the sound effects for a lot of it, because they were really loud and obnoxious. Like, I think, just because I guess we're talking on the topic of Gangplank, his like Q sound effect, it literally sounds like an actual, like a flintlock is literally blasting in your ear when he literally fires that bullet, which is ultimately satisfying. But you then also go, my ear, it's now blown up. But I mean, speaking of things, I guess potentially blowing up, we're now looking to get our action-packed Into the Rift, which again, for those that are joining, it is Feline Friends on match point in this matchup against of Pedestrians here for this grand final Grand Slam. We'll see if Pedestrians can either take it to a game 3 or Feline Friends, how they played game 1, could be a strong takeover for the Friends.
Yeah, the Mel already positioning in that river bush, perhaps looking to wrap around. Is going to hit us with the good luck, have fun. Great to see.
Nice little bit of sportsmanship. You can never go wrong there.
Of course.
We have fun here on the Rift.
We always have fun. It's a primary goal of OBL. Have fun.
Simply get amongst it and have fun with it. And I mean, right now though, I mean, I think things are going to be hopefully a little bit even here. I mean, look, at definitely level 2, I would imagine these Cat Slayer and Pretz are going to want to try and really find a target here. And the thing that I noticed about, like, the Scapula is he's just so aggressive in these exchanges, as right now the bomb's going to get used up, which will do a fair decent amount of damage. But a nice piercing arrow, though, from into Cat Slayer. A little bit of a trade-off in the mid lane. Both members, couple a little bit half-half there, as now level 2 is going to get actioned here, and I tongue-twisted myself here as the root does come across. Very nicely done from PSA 10, literally keeping that life for himself here, but that's going to be another Zenith Blade missing from the side of Pretz here, as the root's going to get landed up here. We see barrier being used at this point of time here. The jump comes across, flashing away there at this point of time, but they might see their targets up to Pretz. As the piercing arrow comes across, one more auto Berserk Taco needs, and he does fine, as now they will actually set their sights for a changeover into this Game 2 matchup. First blood on their side.
It's a trade of flashes, but it's not a trade of lives. 1 for 0 for the side of Pedestrians now. Berserk Taco getting on the board super early, feels great on the Varus. And Catslayer's got to lane alone for a couple seconds. I think Fat Cones is looking to get a bit of damage out on shots. But I think the Leona does feel a little bit bad, probably, into the Mel for at least most of the laning phase.
Yeah, I mean, it is two ranges. Like, it is one of those things when you are a melee support, it is one of those things where you find yourself being bullied quite a bit. But I mean, it's just a matter of finding that right time, you know, to really get in at this point in time. As Dollop cops a little bit of damage there on the side of Envious. These Qs are landing extraordinarily well here, as now we've got Goon to E-Girl's going to be landing up with the fear onto Fat Cones. Fat Cones flashes away here. Q was used up here with the speed, and now the Eggs Girls are going to be used here into the mid lane, and they're looking for that little bit of the dive there. We've got Goon having the fight turned around here. Pretz is on 1 HP, but Envious is just going to take a fully charged tower shot to the face as they're taken down. And we did also notice Goon to E-Girls was also taken into that top lane matchup, and this is looking to be another very heavy aggressive game.
Yeah, that was certainly a few events that happened all at once. Envy, continuing on from last game, does take the first death in the mid lane. Maybe he should have just been happy with the egg. You know, at least that one's out now, so you know that Nivea can't push quite as much as Dollop might have wanted to. And going to E-Girls, not following the normal Nocturne route of just farm to level 6 and then gank. Tries to get a level 4 gank in and pays for it.
He certainly does, and I mean, it's one of those things where I think during that interaction, you know, I think, you know, Dollop didn't really have a lot of mana when he came out of Egg. So yeah, probably just grab it, use it, and then keep that trading abilities that he had here. But I mean, right now, Shots is literally powing away as he fires that parlay shots to claim the kill onto Fat Cones here. As now we're seeing a little bit of an engage from the Leona special as the Zenith Blade will land here. But never mind, it doesn't even matter. Cannon Barrage is used. The literal piercing arrow comes across, and I don't know, this is a different side from for the Pedestrian team coming into Game 2. This is looking a little bit interesting at this point in time, as now we're going to be seeing Kickman going for a little bit of flash engage with the Vantage Toss, will find the target, and Dollop is taken down there. Envious is on the board this time. He gets his revenge this coming moment.
Definitely good to get some of that revenge. It is going to be an early gold lead now for Pedestrians. This time they get their turn being up gold. Currently just 1,000, but this Varus is starting to feel quite strong.
I mean, yeah, you know, the Varus he's got his you know, he's got his pickaxe, he's got his capabilities there. And I mean, Shot right now is doing pretty nice work here in the terms of tethering his passive into then extending it with the barrel combo onto Cones right now. We just kind of have to accept it. A little bit of a changeover this time. It seems like Feline Friends will claim the first dragon coming into game 2, rather than Pedestrians on game 1. As right now we've got Cold the pack being used up onto Dolph, as Dolph is literally having to run away from the hills here. This bird is literally getting their wings clipped immediately, but does survive for that time being. But I think if we're looking at the map as well, we're seeing Brett's walking up quite a bit here. We do see the Glacial Storm with the wall getting used up at the moment, doing a little bit of damage. We've also got Kickman walking a little bit from the behind here, but not really denying Goon to Ego maybe too much here. They're now going to drop level 6. Could they go for the first engage? It looks like they're going to be meeting up into this bush here, which they will. Kickman now finally arrives here. The Zenith is going to land up onto Scalper, which is causing a little bit of disruption here. But I mean, Goon is literally getting CC capability here at the moment, as now they turn their targets around. The Paranoia is going to get used up to keep things dark. But it doesn't matter. You can't keep it dark when all members are on top of you, as Catslayer gets a kill for themselves in this aspect here. This could a potential dive here at the moment. Yes, it's looking to be. We've got the Zenith Blade landing on through Golden Cliffs. Will not do any damage here onto any targets, as Catslayer takes the tower aggro. Piercing arrow lands onto Kickman. And I mean, Feline Friends are looking to retaliate coming into this game a lot more stronger now than it was a few minutes ago.
For sure, a well-organized 4-man onto the bot side of Pedestrians. They managed to juggle the tower aggro and make it out of there all alive. Have to use a couple flashes there, and great ult from Kickman on the Amumu to start that off, though, with the bandage and the double stun on top of the already stunned up from Leona. So just CCing them to death and allowing Catslayer to dish out the damage with the grenades.
Certainly got to dish out a lot. They really liked it. They think the tower aggro pretty well there. It's just like it's unfortunate that it went onto Catslayer when maybe they're looking for a dive onto maybe Berserk there, but I guess it would have been maybe a bit too much of a commitment. Not too many members there to engage in that retaliation if maybe they did grab that. But I mean, look, we do see, Pedestrians looking to claim the Void Grubbers here. They're going to find one potential target. Actually, it is tonight. It was stolen there. Call, in fact, going to get used up on the Gooners right now. They will have to smite still to grab one target away. They're looking to fight this up here, but no members are really on the side of Pedestrian here to help out Goon to E-Girls. He has to flash out of there. There'll be a 2-for-1 takeover, which I guess ultimately goes into Feline Friends' favor. Nice walk up there, I will say, for the side of Envious, and Cones responding it when he was walking down.
Not today.
2 extra junglers for the side of Feline Friends. There's a lot of swords as well on the side of Feline Friends right now. Just long swords everywhere.
I mean, it is a very heavy AD comp, which actually I did just like forget to... Oh, actually, no, sorry, what am I saying? We've got a Mumu. What am I saying? Just go Leandries, which that's what they're clearly building here. But I mean, this is a bit of a different game coming into game 2 from the side of Envious. I mean, we saw him where he was a little bit more, I guess, on his own back 2 legs rather than being up ahead into this. But he's looked to have cleaned it up a little bit, which I will give credit for.
Definitely have a much better start. Good to see you got the Bone Crusher, and he's well, I was gonna say crushing bones, but I don't know if Anivia has bones. I feel like she's just made of ice, true ice, is it?
Just nice bird. Yeah,
Shots could be in danger though, as Kickman's roaming here.
Kickman certainly is, as the Vanitas will be landing in from that side of the ultimate's going to get used up from Fat Cones here as they grab the target, they snatch it across, and Shots has looked to have been, unfortunately, overstepping from his aspects there. Looks like he potentially didn't think Kickman was going to be around.
They never expect the sad mummy, but he's there. He's got the Leandries now on that back. Zenith Blade goes wide, but Catslayer jumps in. The rebuttal's used, but it's useless as Scalper goes down route onto Catslayer. Barriers pop. Berserk Taco is getting a lot of damage now. Flash out from Envy just to survive.
Jeez, always Feline Friends living on such low HP as, what am I saying? We're going to E-Girls looking for that engage in, but a Buster Shot says, yeah, sorry buddy, you've been denied. Unfortunately, didn't get to spell shield the Buster Shot. Very nicely held on the trigger there from Catslayer on the timing on when to use.
And as you said though, there's just no follow-up onto the ultimate. You can see it. That was a lot of low health bars. And a Nocturne that had control over the area for a moment. But where was the rest of Pedestrians?
Fortunately, you know, I guess for Dollop, he was still chilling around in the mid lane, but didn't really have much mana available. And yeah, I mean, you got Berserk there, but
Shots had to teleport up. Maybe he could have decided to come down.
Maybe he could have. Maybe he could have. Maybe he could have. But I mean, look, they decided to not. And I mean, look, I guess it's not overly too bad. You do get to grab a dragon here as the fear doesn't land from Goon to E-Girls onto Pretz. Pretz just kind of gets to walk away there. But I mean, look, it's the gold leading is starting to equal up a little bit, you know, from side of Pedestrians. They were ultimately a K ahead. But I mean, at least the CSing into this game has changed up quite significantly for both laners.
Yeah, there's no longer some massive gap by 10 minutes that there was last game. Pretty much everyone's relatively similar. Catslayer's still ahead, as you'd expect from him.
I mean, that's it. I mean, he is the golden boy. He's got all the stats that literally fall under his belt, so it's clearly showing up here. But I mean, looks like Dollop's getting a little bit red at the moment here, as now Envious does land the double Q there onto that. We've got Kickman getting barrel comboed onto from shots here, as now the Curse of Sandman's going to get used up, and the Grim Deliverance as the follow-up. But he will Cannon Barrage parlay shot onto Kickman to make it a 1-for-1 trade in this exchange. But I mean, I thought Goon's E-Girl had ultimate available here, but it doesn't really matter. Solar Flare gets flashed up here, but Berserk doesn't. It's just going to get taken down there. But we do see the kill going over on the side of Pretz here. We did see PSA 10 Scalper try and flash and land a root there onto tower onto Pretz, but it just ultimately was just too late.
These teams are non-stop right now, and Feline Friends are just pushing and pushing and pushing. They're making plays in all lanes. Shots is running fast, but Fat Cones he's chilling on the Zahen. Stun onto Scalper is gonna have to go on the turret. Pretz is gonna be okay. No, he's not okay. The ultimate does hit, and now Goon to E-Girls has ulted in. The darkness is across the bot lane.
But within all of that exchange, Shots got his 1v1 battle in the top side, which kind of taken down.
I didn't even notice that.
Don't worry, that is why we have 4 eyes. You know, we've got another pair to have a look on the little outskirts. So
problem is only one director cam. That sometimes plays up and it goes on. It doesn't always. So.
Doesn't know where it wants to go to, and that's okay. I mean, really, ultimately, anyways, it was more the battle in front of us that was more important with a lot of members.
Yeah. The real strat is just to zoom out infinitely.
Oh god.
You know, that way everything's okay.
I did do that once in a cast that I did a little bit a while back, where it was more in houses, nothing really to this degree, and I did it where I casted the entire game fully zoomed out, and that was
exactly.
I say it was fun, but it was ultimately tormenting. Where you really didn't get a break if something really did happen. But look, we work with what we've got to work with. As right now, Dollop is getting engaged a little bit there. Kind of, you know, really is ultimately having a bit of a struggle here into this Nefuri matchup. Doesn't seem to get his Glacial Storm farm, I guess, that I was expecting potentially here. I mean, the gold level for most of these members are actually pretty evened up. It's just mainly Kickman and Catslayer that are really leading the charge for his team.
Yeah. Kickman is definitely pretty apparent.
I mean, you know, it's 900 gold a par from each side, and I mean,
Next
look, I mean,
dragon
Kickman's
is up in. Well, Envy goes in. Is gonna have to flash out after getting stuck on the turret range momentarily.
Barrier was used up there from the side of Berserk to keep himself a little bit healthier for a little longer. We do see the Proto Belt from Scalper. Tries to see if he grabs anything there, but the Bandit tries to land onto Goon Eagle, which is going to be literally reflecting away. But this Rebuke will not really matter anymore, as Envious is now on a killing spree capability. This dog is definitely different coming into this game too. I'm Envious. As we are noticing a DC at the moment. I mean, that was Dollop DC, but no, he has re-engaged here, as right now we've got Goon to Egro going for a little bit of the fight here. Does not get the Smite Steal, but actually Dollop will for the Glacial Storm. Goon is literally taken down at this point of time here, as now Catslayer goes for the fight, engaging here. We've got Envious trying to lead the charge with Pretz, does land the Zenith Blade. Both members on literally minimum little health there from both sides. No one taken down. But I mean, Pedestrians do grab a Mountain Drake in this end exchange.
That is good pick of a Drake for them at least. They got something out of that.
Certainly did. It seemed to be a little bit of a mishap on the smite, because I think that was the Glacial Storm that took it, and that does ultimately only do about 50 to 80 in the terms of a major objective at this stage of the game. It's not too much, but look, Mountain Drake will help Pedestrian, I guess, in the terms of enabling Feline Friends not to maybe snowball too hard. I mean, really, both teams will want it at the end of the day.
Actually,
but I mean, look,
I think it's an Ocean Soul.
Oh yeah, true. I was gonna say that's. What am I saying? He took Ocean. Oh my god, I got my Drake. I got my Drakes wrong. I'm still living in the past. What am I saying? I'm just a crazy old senile man at this point now.
I'm too busy muted myself while coughing to notice.
No, you're fine. It's. I feel like I'm only really good for one thing, and that's eating churros, man. The only thing I'm only good for, man. I mean, look, things are starting to equalize a little bit. I mean, look, I guess the Feline Friends, they do push their gold lead to now 2k compared to it being 1k beforehand. But, I mean, look, coming into game 2, it is a bit of a different changeover from what we're seeing from Pedestrians here. I mean, they do seem to have a little bit more presence in these fights. It's just unfortunate, though, that Goon to E-Girl, every time he ultimates in, he just doesn't really have anyone there to really support him in his last final hours.
The Nocturne is definitely feeling pretty bad. I think that just kind of comes back to like we were talking about when the draft was finished originally. There's not enough follow-up, so he's ulted in and just dying.
Basically, isn't he? And, you know, I mean, Catslayer has a literal 2 big bodyguards. You know, you've got the Zaheen, and you've also got Pretz as well, and Leona Judy, which, I mean, you know, Goon to E-Girl Sup is literally just pressing Paranoia. They land on the target. Leona goes, oh, you just come to me for free. You know, just kind of like lands up the CC. But even then, Kickman's doing exceptionally well with landing these Curse of the Sad Enemies onto multiple targets and also denying the Nocturne in general. There's a lot of work for, I guess, Goon to try and work up here in the terms of retaliating. But I mean, this could look for a little bit of a dive here from both sides here. Right now, they're looking for 3-man onto Envious. Envious trying to engage away here, but he's going to get taken down immediately. Now they're going to set their sights onto shots in retaliation. Banishot's going to get landed up here. The Grim Devious is going to literally land onto the one target. Kickman will be able to claim that kill here. Fat Cones actually might fall, and yes, he will, which is a little bit unfortunate from the side of Feline Friends here.
That is unfortunate. He must have not been far away from having his revives stacked up as well too. I feel like it would have been real close. But in the end, just not quite enough. They do go 1 for 1, and overall, advantage to Pedestrians in that moment of time. Gold lead's kind of reduced as well, sitting at under 1,000. And they're up a dragon.
Dragon, and we've got 45 on next dragon as well, so these are starting to become a little bit more times here, and I mean, look, they're certainly setting their targets onto the solo laners and seeing what they can really do to achieve it. And I mean, look, doing as much damage onto Envious might be potentially a possible play here, I guess, in the terms of trying to get yourself back up and running. But I mean, Catslayer is also, I guess, farming up a little bit more than what was before. And I mean, they're level 12.
Is definitely doing the CS lead thing and the XP lead thing.
Doing what we can. And look, Dragon has spawned. We are starting to see the pings coming across here, but no TP yet coming in from Shot. Says, now let's have a look at what happens. We literally are seeing Goon getting immediately caught out here. It doesn't matter. Grim Deliverance is going to be able to claim that kill there, as Shots is just literally bunkering down on the top towers here. Envious is going to be using columns of pack onto Scalper. Scalper is going to be backing off away here. Fat Cones looks to have been literally baited by his dog buddy Envious, as he literally dogs him by running away instead. But I mean, Pedestrians are literally using this as a good tempo. They're going, sure, take the drag. We're going to take a free tower top, and they're looking to grab another tower in the mid.
Yeah, and they also got the inner top lane turret as well too, because Shots was by himself the whole time. He's taking all that gold, and they got a gold lead off the back of the Drake.
Ooh, you know what? Respecting it. Looks like Pedestrian wanted to respect it. And I guess because they're trying to get their resets as much as they can. But yeah, no, I do will say that, yeah, you know, Pedestrians ultimately do come out a little bit here into this exchange, and look, sure, gave away a dragon, but I mean, I'd still be pretty happy with getting extra towers onto my gold side, as, you know, now we're going to be sitting for that gold lead for a little bit longer. I mean, for what was 2k is only really now, I mean, ultimately, only about a 200 real difference, nothing too crazy. But I mean, look, both teams are still very equaled up in this aspect. Guess we'll see, though, what kind of occurs as the times do still kind of go on here. As right now, I've got Cold to back minion top of the dollop here. Pretzel's not landing that capability of the Zenith's Blade onto any target here. Goon's E-Girl, though, does use the Paranoia to re-engage in onto Kickman there. And look, I mean, Dollop is surviving there at the end of the day, but that's now going to be an Anivia with no flash. And now maybe the... I don't know about going for these chickens, as you're literally in death territory there. As Catslayer is going to be able to claim that kill at the end of the day of this exchange. Golden Eclipse is used up. No members are dying. As now Dollop's going to get literally Buster Shot away here. The root does not land. The Solar Flare finds no targets. Mainly there for a disengage here, as Fat Cone's going for this 1v1 into the GP matchup here. But he is literally nuked already to half HP. Shots trying to see if he can find his final mark. Not yet getting it with his barrel combo there. Fortunately, I'm not too sure they really wanted those chickens. I will say Pedestrians wanted. I think Goon to Ego really wanted that chicken and ultimately gave away his life. I don't actually think he got the chickens at the end of the day. Oh, yeah, kind of barrage, yeah. I mean, yeah, it did. I mean, look, I think maybe when the GP comes into potentially these fights, maybe if he gets that cannon, you know, combo off as well, just with his barrels, I mean, that can scream a little bit disastrous for Feline Friends, because, I mean, we're seeing, you know, Fat Cones here is ultimately meant to be a little bit of a, not too tanky, but more of a bruiser type with a little bit more meat on his side, and he's just literally kind of melting away at the moment. But I mean, look, it is still one of those things where this is anyone's game. We do see Ocean Drake coming up in about 40 seconds, which I'm sure this is going to scream for a fight. But Feline Friends are going to use this rotation time that they can to try and clear off some vision, maybe plant a little bit more on their own, play around the fog, as these wards are being set up here at the moment. Certainly does not, but I mean, shots might need to be careful here, as now they pull their trigger immediately onto him. He's going to be the target, caught, found, and sunk. You are going to be sticking to the law, which is you are dead from multiple members. As now, Dragon does spawn here, but we've got literally Cones going for the immediate engage here. Solomon's going to find one target. Golden Clip's used up here at the moment there. Person Sam Mummy finds 4 targets, but this Cat Slayer target is literally targetless, as it does not matter. Pedestrians are literally being crumbled and turned into pavement. They are being walked over at this point of the game. And that is going to cause an explosive start for Feline Friends, maybe, to really pull this game more in their favor. Well, it is, right? Like, we're literally witnessing it, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I mean, I'll try not, you know, push too much onto this Nocturne, but he really is just kind of left to his own devices in this game. And additionally to that as well, I mean, the vision just from Feline Friends in the terms of knowing where Pedestrians are at all time worked exceptionally well, where for Pedestrians, it was dark. And shots literally paid his life away, as the Solar Flare is going to be landing beautifully onto Berserk Taco. And jeez Louise, Cat Slayer just goes, hi, and yes, says good night. Speaking of KDA here, I mean, Envious doesn't really care about his, as he looks to go for that full immediate grab. Will be surviving that interaction there. Where really I should be saying Goon is the one that's actually surviving that interaction here. But I mean, we've got a little bit of this top laner battle here at the moment. Their passive's not up yet from the side of Cones, and used the Grim Deviant's display. But I mean, Cones, what I should say. Shots, sorry, just goes back pedals. And, yeah, just puts a bullet to the head. nothing more basic than that, really. He really delivered himself there. And speaking of delivering, we're going to be seeing Kickman going for the Person Sad Mummy engaging onto there. But I mean, this could maybe be too much for Feline instead, as the team members have arrived here. Shots is actually here. He is literally nuking multiple members here, as Brett is going to be the next target at this point in time. They will be claiming that for themselves instead. Feline Friends have bit a little bit too much more than they could chew at that exchange. And that was very bloody explosive for the side of Pedestrians to turn that in their favor.
Yeah, they did indeed. Had to mute myself there again. Still a slight gold lead for them though. Cat Slayer still with that massive bounty. They'll be wanting to get that, as that would put a lot of gold in their pocket if they can.
I mean, it certainly will. I mean, it'll minimize the gold lead quite well, a lot there. But I mean, this Cat Slayer guy is already on 5 items, and I mean, we're just seeing Berserk only building half of his component, really. But I mean, look, a 10-1 with 334 CS compared to Berserk being 2-3 with only 264. But I mean, look, if Pedestrians get fights like that, where Feline Friends just kind of maybe overly commit too much onto one target, aka a dollop with Zhonya's an egg, I don't know. You know, you start to look at it and go, maybe might want to go back to our old strategy where we maybe pick the right targets. But I mean, look, what is potentially looking to occur here? We've got 3 members from both sides onto this bot lane experience. Dragon is up in 25 seconds. Shots is going for the reset. Should hopefully start walking down and keeping his TP available. But look, we'll see what occurs, because I mean, it was Soul Point for Feline Friends, and I'm sure they're going to want to secure this up. Members is now starting to come across here, but it is very dark inside of Feline Friends compared to Pedestrians, where they seem to know where a couple of their members are. And we're now seeing it. They're now looking to group up here. This could be potentially a bit explosive here at the moment, as Pretz is going to cop a little bit of a trade-off there. Root's going to be landing up onto Kickman. Bit of poking. Just a little bit of a gentleman's agreement at the moment. Dragon is getting started up here. We've got Shots pushing in for that mid lane aspect. Glacial Storm used around here. This is looking very scary potentially soon. It's just a matter of who is going to pull the trigger first. As right now, it's going to be Brett pulling the trigger for his team. Solifez lands onto 3 targets here. Grim Deliverance comes in for that retaliation engagement here. But it doesn't matter. Shots is literally getting blown up by Cat Slayer. And it's just screaming for Pedestrians as a little bit of a walkover, as Feline Friends is just leading the charge. They will grab 1, they grab 2, they keep it to multiple. It's a triple kill for Cat Slayer, as they are looking to get the dragon and maybe looking to push in mid.
Yeah, massive triple kill for Cat Slayer there. So insane, so much damage from this Tristana. No way, I forget what that's called, jeez. And yeah, he's got the GAs as well too, just in case he goes down, but he doesn't look like he's going down anytime soon. They're making a push into the base. They're going to get at least 1 inhibitor. And that is a lot of pressure now. They got Soul.
I mean, yeah, they've got Soul Point, and I mean, Cat Slayer is literally walking around these fights however he kind of wishes. And I mean, right now, Kickman and Bretts are just playing extraordinarily well with chaining their CCs onto multiple members.
Yeah,
onto
they
Pedestrians. Like, it is just opening up literally either for Envious to do whatever he wants, and literally Cat Slayer to do whatever they want as well. But I mean, look, Baron is up. It is still the final dawning moments. where it is looking to be a little bit in Feline's favor after these last couple of fights. But I mean, hey, Baron is now finally commencing here. We've got shots in the bot lane. Experience against Envious does now break away the edge of night. Baron is literally already immediately dropping to 3k HP. Does anything kind of occur? They do not get the steal. They will back away. Bot tower was destroyed from Pedestrian. I mean, look, you've now got Baron minions with Siege. They do have a lot of wave clear, hopefully.
Yeah, it's not the wave clear, it's more Cat Slayer I'd be worried about if I was Pedestrians right now, as he might just jump on you and delete you. As Zenith Blade connects from max range, and that's a dead Mel.
It is a dead Scalper. He is literally gone. Envious does arrive there with the Grim Deliverance from Fat Cones. Again, over the wall. TP's used up, but the minions are literally destroyed here. As now they set their targets onto literally Cones at the moment here. Cat Slayer is up in front, trying to ruffle up some jimmies from the side of Pedestrians here. But I mean, look, wave is just gonna get cleared out a bit easy there. Which, I mean, look, this is probably the bit maybe where Feline Friends do tend to struggle. When they don't have a proper Siege real comp here. Too much wave clearing from the side of Pedestrian, I'll say. You've got barrels, you've got a bird. You've got a literal ice bird.
Yeah, the ice bird especially. Pretty good at clearing out waves.
I mean, it's definitely pretty good as well into the Baron and Nashid experience as well with minions. But I mean, look, Pedestrian keep themselves in the game for a little bit longer. As now, right now, we're going to be seeing shots getting engaged by Envious at this point in time. Because both team members have arrived here as the Paranoia is going to get used up here. Shots is now finally taken down. At the moment, Solar Flare's used up. This could be another target from Goon being taken. Golden Eclipse remains with no targets. Now finally one. Root lands. We're going to be seeing 2 kills coming across here. But Cat Slayer says, hello, I have arrived. Does land it. Envious goes for the flash. Q will be able to find that. And Cat Slayer is going to literally tear it up here. Buster shots himself away. Will he live? No, he won't. We're going to be seeing Scapula literally taken down here. Dollop, you are by yourself against the Feline Frenzy with Baron minions spawning. He is trying to keep the towers alive here, but they are literally melting. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Cat Slayer is ignoring the Icebird, unlike Envious, and it is literally game over for Pedestrian, and your grand finalist winners are Feline Friends, tearing it up in a 2-0 special.
Massive, massive game for Feline Friends. They take the second one. They took the first one already. And yeah, as you said, that is a clean 2-0. Just phenomenal from really all the members. Like just looking across the scoreline, everybody did their bit. Kill participation was over 50% for all members. Pretz though back again with the highest at 24 out of 30. Just yeah, absolute monster on this Leona. Him and Kickman, the CC chains were absolutely unreal. I can't imagine how frustrating that would be to have to play into. And fortunately for Pedestrians, they are going to have to take the runner-up spot for Division 2. That is definitely still a superb result for any team, and they should be super happy with it. There were some great plays coming out from all of their members tonight, and they can only come back stronger now for Season 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, don't sell yourself short there, Pedestrians. I mean, look, you know, you take this as an experience on what can you bring coming into Season 3. I mean, hey, you know, you still claim second place in the OBL season, which is an amazing, you know, feat to have for being able to imagine relatively new into this aspect. And I mean, look, I mean, you know, you had your moments where Feline Friends were on the back end there, but just unfortunate that it couldn't be executed for the entire entity of it. But I mean, look, Feline Friends were very extraordinaire coming into both of these games, and they bunkered down and held it out to the end.
For sure. And that is that's probably going to be us on this one, because I am a little bit sick to stay around too much longer. Sorry again for everybody if you did hear me sniff or sneeze a couple times, but just wanted to make sure we got this out no matter what for you. And thank you, Catsbee, for joining me and carrying the entire cast tonight. It's been a pleasure as always.
I mean, look, we started the season with casting together. I guess we end the season with casting
Yeah,
together.
for sure. No, it's been a great couple months. No, so for sure. Hope everybody has a great week. And let me just double check if the grand finals are still playing or not.
I think it's over for.
Is it a 2-0?
I think it was a 2-over. Yeah. I think. I'll have a look. Maybe. Just have a quick. It might be.
Because the chat's not loading for me, so let me check something else.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was the Mr. 100 fan club have taken a 2-0 spike in very strong fashion.
Well, that is congratulations to them. If anybody wants, you should head over to the main channel though. Maybe they're still talking about something, but yeah, we'll see everyone here later. Thanks for joining us tonight, all you lovely people in the viewer numbers and chat. It's been great. We'll see you next time for season 3.
Catch you next season.